Hello all, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first video, so I'm sure this will not go as smoothly as I would like, but you gotta start somewhere, right? So the purpose of this channel is to sort of do like a live coding thing for Salesforce. I will be focusing on dev-heavy topics such as Apex and LWC. There won't be too many flows or anything like that here. And what I want to show is how I would develop um, a feature from scratch that is production ready. What I don't want to do is just do something that is half baked, like you see on some of those demos, where you just get something to work just to demonstrate a specific feature. What I do want to do is actually go ahead and develop that feature as if I would develop it for a production environment. So with that, I'm going to start off with an LWC. And first I have a little bit of a use case or a feature, a story that you may actually come across. All right, so this is a sample story that I just pretty much made up, but this is something that I've always found to be a little bit jarring, which is the contact role input page. So you may get a story like this. The existing opportunity contact role input page requires too many clicks to add contacts. This also applies to setting a new primary contact. So if you know that screen, you'll know you have to do a whole bunch of clicks just to get to the opportunity contact role. And then to add one, you got to do some clicks. And then to change a role, you got to do some clicks. And then you got to click next. And then you got to set a primary. So there's a lot of stuff a lot of clicks that need to be done just to get it to work. So here's a proposed solution that the um, business stakeholder wanted is to just create a new opportunity contact role input page with the following features. All this functionality should be able to be accomplished from one screen. Add a contact role, update a contact role, set unset primary, and to remove a contact role. And all DML should be deferred until a save button is clicked. Obviously, a business stakeholder wouldn't say it like that, but again, they just want to be able to save one time and not have to go through multiple clicks and multiple saves to get things done. Okay, so with this, let's just go ahead and get started. So first thing I want to do here is I want to create a dummy page that I can show the stakeholder, basically a mock-up of what we want to show or what we want to build. Um, you can use other tools. You could use Paint. You could use Figma. But since this is a dev channel, I'm sort of going to skip all that and we're going to just build the UI directly here. So first thing I'm going to do is create a Lightning Web component. And as you see here, I have edit. And as you can see here, I already have my Git initialized. I have a scratch work all set up. Obviously, you would have all this set up within your particular company. It may be slightly different, but hopefully you are using Git and VS Code or IntelliJ, whatever you like to use. But all that is set up for this particular video. So here we go. So we have op contact roles. That's what we want to do. And what we want to do is basically show the user what that UI is going to look like. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the HTML. And what do we want to do here? We want to create a table. Yeah, sure. Let's create a lightning card and not a lightning input. Right, we want to create a lightning, no, just table. Table. And we want opportunity contact role, contact status, and actions. Probably not all of these, but what we do want is the contact for sure. We want the role, and what we want is primary. Primary. Let's just start with that. So you see that the autocomplete is going. I don't use Copilot. What I'm using here is Super Maven. I feel that it's just a lot quicker, and the suggestions are actually a lot better. So I would recommend this. This is just a free tier. I'm sure the paid version gives you a lot more. But for me, this works and is good enough for me. So we'll go ahead and save that. And you see I do have auto formatting available, already set up. If you don't have that, I would highly suggest doing that as well for your org and for your development teams. So, okay, we want this, and we want the table row, content role. Let's just take the default and just do what works here. So it's contact role, and then that's the ID. We'll have to change this for new contact roles, but we'll just keep that for now. And then we have the name, the role, and is primary. So this is primary. I think this should work. And we can just make sure. So let's just open up default org. And we'll just make sure that our contact role, the fields are what we want. So we have is primary, role, and we have contact ID. So we will have to change this part here, but for now we'll just keep it just so we can get the UI started. So I think this looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and add some sample data to the JavaScript so that our component has something to show. We won't do any wires or anything like that. We're not getting anything from the database. We're going to stay directly. Well, first of all, we got to add it to our meta. This is, I like having a master label. Let's edit targets. Lightning record page only. And target configs. Yes. Objects. Opportunity. I think this should do it. No? Okay, what was in here? Oh, object. Okay, that makes sense. So now that we have this exposed, now we could push it to, or surface it onto a opportunity record page. We don't have any, so let's just go ahead and create one. Okay. Okay, and now we can go ahead and add our component. So I'm just going to add to the very top here. Look at that. Looks pretty good. Yes, let's activate this. Make it the default. And there we go. Looks pretty good. So I think we need to change a couple of things here. Obviously, this label here is not necessary. For those that use the local development, I just feel like the feature parity is not there whenever I want to do something. It just doesn't support certain things. Like a lot of CSS it doesn't support, and it just takes about as long to actually render as just pushing it to the org. So I stopped using it. If they ever improve it where, it's truly local, and it's fast, then I'll maybe look into it again. But for now, this is how I actually develop. I develop within the org. Whenever I make a change to UI, for the most part, I'll just go ahead and deploy it, and it'll show up here. All right, so this is what it looks like now. I think what we want to do here is we want to probably add a delete action here, and we also want to add an add action. So let's start with the delete. Well, first I think we should save our changes. So I'm going to get rid of this test because I just don't, I'm not good at with just tests. So we're going to skip this for this particular video. And let's just, and there we go. All right. So now we can go ahead and add another scope here, or no, sorry, another th, and we want actions, right? But we are actually not going to put any label here. And what we do want is, okay, delete, perfect. It's like reading my mind or listening to me, which is kind of scary. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, looks good. Maybe this should be red. I don't know. How do I make this red? See, I actually don't know. So let's see here. Lightning, LWC lightning, icon, change color. Okay, all right, here we go. Styling hooks. Okay, lightning icon has a styling hook. So this is saying I need a class. Okay, so let's just add a class here. Class is equal to delete button. And it says I could add some of this stuff here. Okay, let's just copy this. And let's go ahead and create a CSS file. Just copy this over, and we called ours a delete button. And I think we just want this one. And we could probably delete these other two. Let's see how that works. Nope, that did not work. So I just opened up the dev console here, and I want to see in class. Okay, so this didn't work. So let's look at the styling hooks. I think the way that you can do this is, and it'll give you a bunch. Foreground. I guess you can't do it. I feel like you can. Um, and does this work? Just want to just see if this works. So if I make this like dark, will that work? No, none of these are working. I guess I could look at the official documentation here. Hooks. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Button color, text, radius, border. No, none of these are the ones that I want though. Maybe this will work? Ah, there we go. So it's actually this one. And obviously I hate that red color. So if I need to find out the color. Okay, so I just want this. Then if I go back to this, then I could change this to this. Okay, so this is what I want. So let's just go ahead and copy this. And I copy this, copy the rule, the selector. I guess this work. It's give me perfect. Well, that took much longer than I thought. Obviously, we don't need that. Perfect. So if we go ahead, boom. Okay. Actually, don't know if I like the look of this, but I guess we'll just keep it for now. And then we'll add an add button. So that took a while. So let's just add delete button. Page row. Then we could add this to the bottom. So we'll just add a little div, class, sure. Add contact role. It's reading my mind. It's pretty crazy. Okay. Okay. Just give it a little bit of medium. Well, that didn't work. Why not? Oh, because I need left. Derp. Okay, great. So that looks pretty good. Next, what I want to do is I do want to show the proper widget for contact and role. Role is easier, so let's start with that. This should be a combo box. This should just be a regular drop-down. So let's go ahead and change that. Combo box, yes. All right, let's just take all of that. No change, not required. And for these roles, Let's go ahead and add these roles. Roles equals. Perfect. And with that, we should now have a combo box. Great. But why is it not showing the roles? It's not good. There's probably something wrong with the auto select. So roles, let's look up lightning combo box and see what it says. So how do we set the options? Options, 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 return label and value. And this from return label and value. This looks right. Roles, roles. That looks right. So lightning combo box. Let's just refresh. That's interesting. I felt like this should have worked. Okay, seems like they're in here, just not showing up. What if I get rid of the value? Will that work? Maybe the onChange, because there is no onChange event currently, or no method to handle it? No. Okay, this is a problem. So let's go ahead and just take this. Use role, right? Should be label hidden. The value will be contact role.role. Set role name. Options will be roles. And handle change should be fine. Handle role change really should be it. And let's just add something here so we have it. I really don't know what's up. Label, value, roles. Label, value. Return. Label, value, label, value, label, value. Label, value. I'm stumped. This should work. Yeah. That's very strange. Let's see if I copy this outside the table and see if that works. So we won't have a value. I'll just do that. Does this work? Okay. So this shows up, but then it doesn't show up here. That is bizarre. Okay. So do I have a truncate in here somewhere? I do. Well then, let's get rid of this. Do I even need this? I don't even like truncate. Just get rid of all of these. Well, I guess that's one bad thing. Ah, there we go. About using a code completion assistant. It'll bring some code in that you would usually not write and cause me to spend 15 minutes or 10 minutes, however long it was, figuring out what went wrong. But I believe the benefits outweigh the cost for sure. Okay, well that was a thing. So let's get rid of this. One thing I forgot to change in my prettier. I really hate double commas or quotes. Single quotes. True. That's up for all. All right, so if I do that, if I save this, great. Single quotes all the way, baby. Okay, so that took a while. So let's go ahead and commit. And next we want to go ahead and change this contact to a lookup widget. So how do we best do this? I mean, we don't want to use a lightning record edit form. We can use, I believe there is an LWC lookup on here now. No, I know there's something here. This did just come out. Record picker. Okay, this is it. All right, let's just try it. Let's go ahead and copy this. Okay. Great. Okay. Now, I do want to show the values here, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. I believe I do have to create these contacts now. Specify filter, define filter criteria, filter on date types, custom events. And I just want like a value. Can you just please have a value in here? The ID. All right, so I do need to create some real contacts in here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's add the ones that we use in our sample. So we do have all of these now, so let's just figure out the IDs of these guys. By the way, this is another tool I use, Maven Tools. This is my query editor. This is basically what I use it for only, even though it does have a bunch of other features. It's nice with the autocomplete. and the shortcut keys. The one thing I really wish this would have is if I could do like multiple queries in one window and sort of like, do that, but I cannot. All right, so here they are. I should probably output the name as well. Okay, so we have Malachi Corley, so we could give this an ID. We could just give this a contact ID. Give this contact ID here. And then another one here. Okay, so with that, I can now add my value. Perfect. And voila, there we go. Okay, so I think we're at a good stopping point here. I think we can show this mockup to the business user and basically get feedback from here. So let's go ahead and save this. Context selection. And I think we will end it there for today. Hope you all enjoyed. Obviously, there's a lot more work to do. There's a lot of things that we will need to do to actually get this production ready. But for the first part, I think in real life, what I would do is stop here, set up a meeting with the stakeholder, and sort of walk them through how this will work. Meeting might not even be necessary. Just get them the screenshot, basically show how it will work, and maybe we could go from there. If they do have some feedback, then we could have a meeting and hash things out. But yeah, I think this is a good stopping point. So we will continue building this out. We will sort of assume that the business user says, "Hey, this looks great. Please get this working and have it come to fruition in production." So we will deal with that next time. All right, peace.